Hello! Let's do another walkthrough of my bullet journal. I thought I was going to do a plan with me, but I just decided to, again, go ahead and take care of my bullet journal off camera. I just found it really relaxing. There was just one night that I really wanted to do everything in it. I don't want to set everything up to make it look all fun and pretty and fancy, so I just did it on my own. But I'm going to walk through everything that I have at the start of my journal, any monthly updates. I'm going to show you my January spreads and how they look all completed, and then I'm going to show you what I did for my February spreads. So if that sounds interesting to you, then keep on watching. Let's get started. I will say that this journal gets so dirty. I've had to rub it clean every time I try and film any of these videos. It just gets every single mark that you can ever think of on the front of it because it's cloth. But this is an Archer and Olive, I don't know, just regular white paper journal. I should learn the actual correct terms for it, but I will link it in the description if you're interested in checking it out. But yeah, let's show you what I have. So you've seen this before if you watched my last video, and I'm just going to show you what I've updated. So I read 6 books last month, so I have colored in up to the number 6. I have not taken a picture yet for February, but I have my Polaroid that I'm going to do in a couple of days when I actually decide to do my hair, because I have just refused to do my hair the first few days of the month. So that will be later when I have that all done. Nothing changed on my vision board. I have some spaces to add things as the year goes on, but I didn't feel the need to update anything. I have not reached any goals yet, but it was only January, so I feel like that's fair. Here is where things start to get a little bit updated. So I put in how many YouTube subs I had at the end of the month, which was at 969. I thought it was really funny. And I only uploaded 6 videos in January. I was hoping for 8, but that's okay. Hopefully in February we can get a little bit more than 6. And I uploaded a video, not a video, I mean a picture every single day on Instagram, which Serena from Read the Riot taught me that you can schedule posts on there. And that helped me a lot for remembering, because my memory sometimes is not great and I just never post. So that's where I'm at with social media. Hopefully I grow a little bit. I do have the goal of getting to 2,000 subs at the end of the year for YouTube. I don't know if that's possible, but it will be fun to see where we end up at the end. As for my books and fics read, I read 6 books like I said earlier, but I also read 112 fan fictions. And I hauled 11 books, and I have not counted how many I unhauled because technically I have not taken them out of my house. They are just kind of sitting on a shelf to be unhauled eventually. So I'm not going to mark that until I actually do take all the books I plan to unhaul somewhere. But I just marked how many books I did on my reading graph. So I just went up to 6, and oh my gosh, I've been tracking how many words I read for my fan fictions, and I was at 1,129,000 words that I read out of the 112 fan fictions that I read. I might have a fan fiction problem, but it makes me happy, so we're just gonna keep tracking it. This number is gonna be obscene at the end of the year. I'm excited to see what that is. I filled in the books for my A to Z challenge that matched. I'm trying to not go with books that have of, the, or any of those beginning words in it. So I'm not tracking like The Final Empire for F. I might at the end of the year if we get to a crunch and I really can't find books that fit that, but I'm trying to keep it so that the real first letter of the book matches the letter. I don't know. Maybe I'll change my mind on that. But I did read 2 books that completed my color challenge right here, or completed these 2 colors. Hazel Bly and the Deep Blue Sea kind of had like a light bluish purple to it, and The Love Hypothesis was very bright blue. So I marked those. And then I've been tracking which months books were published. So 3 books were published in May, 2 were published in July, and 1 was in September. I'm kind of thinking that May is going to definitely be the biggest published month by the end of the year. Here I just have a couple of characters that I wrote down that I felt like fell under these zodiac signs. I didn't do it for all the books just because there's some books that I'm reading in a series like The Final Empire that I really want to get to know the characters a little bit more before I decide. And I also did not publish any fan fictions, but if I do, I might just cover them with sticky notes just because I don't know if I want to share those yet. You can find them if you look really hard, but I might keep that a secret still. As for my TBR, I've been marking off the books that I have read, as well as books that I think that's DNF'd, and books that I unhauled. There's only a few books that I had to add to the end of this just because I forgot to write them down. I just skipped them when I was looking through my list, so I did not have to add too many, which makes me pretty proud. Here I do need to add The Final Empire. That was my only 5-star read from last month. I just have not taken the time to print that out yet and put it right there, but that will be there soon. And these are my updated January spreads. So I had a 5-star read with The Final Empire. I DNF'd The Remove by Brandon Hobson. Hazelbly and the Deep Blue Sea was 4 stars. I did not end up getting to Wolf Song. And The Adventurers and Girl Made of Stars were both 4-star reads for me. So I had a really good reading month in terms of quality. Then we just have what my tarot pulls were. I've just kind of, in my mind, reflected on them. I didn't really write anything down of what I was thinking. But here is my mood tracker. And it looks like I had mostly good and okay days. I use this app called Finch that Serena told me about, and it kind of gives me an overview on how I feel throughout the day. So I was just kind of taking the average of how I felt throughout the day and wrote them down there. So I thought it was interesting. I'm really aiming to mostly have just okay days. Okay and good is where I want to be. So the fact that that was most of what my month consisted of is really nice. And then we have my thoughts on the love hypothesis. You can read if you want to. And these were just my wrap-ups at the end of the month. The Final Empire ended up being my favorite book of the month. And I really liked the carry yourself with the confidence of a mediocre white man from the love hypothesis quote. I thought it was hilarious. I was nonstop listening to Death by a Thousand Cuts by Taylor Swift. I read a Buddy, which is Buck and Eddie from 911 fanfiction that I really enjoyed. The Witcher Season 1 by default became the favorite of the month just because I rewatched the entire first season on the last day of the month before I watched the entire second season on the 1st of February. So by default, this was the only show that I watched, so it was definitely my favorite. Buck and Eddie from 911 are still my current ship right now that I just want to read about. And there's a coffee shop in Arizona, I think it's in a couple of other states too, called Dutch Brothers. And there's a drink called Picture Perfect, which is like caramel and chocolate, and it's all blended up, and I have gotten it so many times this month. So this is my January that we had, but let's go on into February. So I was trying to go for more of like a theme with this one. I was going for like purples and blacks, and I was really trying to do violets. And they did not turn out looking like violets, but they're kind of cute far away if you squint really hard. So you'll see some violets pop up here and there, but here is my February TBR. I do need to print out the tarot pull for the month and write about it. I pulled Strength for this month, and so I need to fill that in still. Haven't gotten around to it, but I will be reading all of these books in February, hopefully. So you can check out that video here if you want to see me pull all of my TBR jar prompts. And I just added some butterfly stickers and flower stickers because I thought it looked pretty. Over here is my Instagram schedule. I try and follow the All the Books challenge that the Reader Bee puts on because it just makes thinking of prompts and thinking of picture ideas much easier, and I'm really trying to be more active on Instagram. So here's just the key to keep myself organized, and I have a few pictures already scheduled, and these are the rest that I still have to take in the month. It's just a way for me to keep organized so I know what I need to take pictures of and ruin my bookcases doing because book pictures are just so messy. I have to take so many books off my shelves, and then putting them back up is just a hassle. But anyway, this keeps me on track. It's what I used last month in a different old bullet journal that I have, and it helped me a lot. Anyway, here is my mood tracker. Like I said, I tried to make violets, and I just don't know how to draw a violet. I was really struggling, so I outlined them in different colors to try and distract from the fact that they look a little bit terrible. But I do need to fill out my first couple of days of the month, and I'll do that a little bit later. But I'm also trying to add in with the mood tracker a win of the day, because I feel like sometimes I just kind of think negatively, and I don't know if that's just the circumstances of grief or whatnot, but I'm really trying to focus more on thinking of positives and writing down at least one good thing that happened in every day, no matter if I do have like a bad brain day, which is what I call just my days where I'm just feeling really, really not great, unmotivated and whatnot. So even on those days, I want to write down something positive, something that I felt like I had a little bit of a win for the day. So those are these pages. I put some washi tape around them just because I had some extra space and I wanted to distract from my terrible violets. And these are my last 2 pages of the month. So for the fanfiction readathon, we host the Story Continued book club over on our Discord. Me and Serena are co-hosts for that. And our book of the month is Point Pleasant by Jen Archer Wood, which is a supernatural inspired fanfiction. It's a male paranormal romance, and I'm already like 10 chapters in, already loving it. I am circling, let me just grab it real quick. I am circling and highlighting anything that I feel like has to do with supernatural, and I'm obsessed. I love supernatural so much as it is, so finding all of the characters that I know that they are and just guessing who is really fun for me right now. And it's just really interesting to see a fandom that I love so much be in an actually published book. I don't know, I'm having a lot of fun. I just love Dean and Cass so much, forever will. I think they're my OTP, so I'm excited, and if you would like to join us and hear me ramble about all of my love for supernatural and all of my theories on which character is which, you can still join our book club. The link is in the description. It'll take you to Discord, and if you want to join the book club, when you're selecting your custom roles, you can just click on book club button. But everyone over there is just so nice, so fun. I really have a fun time talking to everybody over there and making all of my online friends, so I would love it if you would join us. And you can see at the end of the month how I feel about the book here when I go through and flip through all of these again. And I just did another wrap up. I kind of had fun reflecting on what songs and stuff that I was really liking. So I just kind of did the same things, and I just made them little boxes because I didn't know how else to be creative here. And no violets were on these pages because I was tired of drawing them. But yeah, this is my month. I think it turned out simple and pretty. I don't know if I want to add extra spreads in the next couple of months, so if you have any ideas of something you would like me to make or whatnot, I've been thinking of putting one for movies and shows that I hear about, because I don't watch enough movies or shows, and I thought it would be kind of nice to create a spread to track that maybe. I don't know. If you have spread ideas, let me know. If you want to watch me actually create everything, I can try that out as well. But that is all that I have for this little flip through. I think it turned out pretty cute. And if you made it this far in the video, leave me any flower emoji that you want to so I know that you're watching. But that is all that I have. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. It's not blowing up. There we go.